Hello. I hope you're all doing well. And if not, I at least hope that your night improves. Hello, Bree. I hope things have been going well lately. Heck yeah. Good. Good. Okay. So we'll be using the Tarot of the Divine, because I'm feeling that one today. And also, I feel the Moonology today as well, so we'll be using that one. I'll be using that one. And millimeters. Did I choose the Eventide Affirmations? I think I may have. Someone want to use the Dex command? I think Eventide Affirmations is the one that I actually put in the description, in the list rather. Thank you. Okay, yes, I did. That's the one I decided to go with earlier. Also, hello Egg. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Hey Phantom Punk. I hope you're doing well. I need to pull out the Eventide Affirmations deck really quick. That's good at least. Sometimes okay is all we can manage. And that's just fine. Because we're still here, we're still surviving, and that's what matters. Okay. Oops. Oh boy. I'm sorry, Egg. Let's just take a drink of water here. Okay. Let me go ahead and switch over to the screen here. Why are you crooked? Yes, but kinda, mostly. Anyway. Alrighty, so, as a reiteration, as I mentioned in the title and in the, notification, the going live notification. We're going to be doing, once I do the collectives, we're going to be doing special new moon readings for the new moon here on the 4th. At least it's the 4th here over in the US. I'm not sure if they're going to be like slightly different times for different time zones, for different hemispheres, I should say, rather. But anyway. Those readings are going to consist of me asking 2 questions. The first question will be, what needs to be let go of? And the second one will be, where can I grow more? Because it's not quite the new moon yet, but it's waning crescent still. Waning crescent is a good time to kind of do introspection and self-reflection and do shadow work and release things and let go. And new moons are great for doing work where you're essentially just kind of planting new seeds, whether that's literally or metaphorically. So we're kind of going in the middle. So alrighty. But anyway, let's get into collectives. Okay, what message do we need to hear today? Okay. Fucking, of course these are the first 2 cards to shoot out, you motherfuckers. I swear to fuck, sir. Or should I say sirs? God. Right or reversed? Yeah, sun reversed. Okay. Five of Swords upright. Yes, now you see why. And Knight of Coins. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yup. I swear they're just fucking with me at this point. I swear they're just fucking with me at this point. But anyway. So, might be in a bit of a funk currently, okay? And there might be some things might not be going your way, okay? Or previously, they may not have been going your way, okay? This may be something that you're starting to come out of yourself. And the situation essentially probably left you with a sense of defeatedness and probably a good dash of grief and pain in some form. In some capacity. Okay. This may have led you to believe that it was just time to give up, okay? But no. It is not the time to give up, okay? Things previously may have not been exactly going your way, and may not have gone very well for you. And that may have left you with a bit of a mental funk, and perhaps a depressive funk for those of us who suffer with depression as a chronic illness. And you may have thought that this was it, and this is where you should just give up, and that things wouldn't exactly go your way, okay? But it's important to keep going, because this is indeed not the end, okay? It is indeed not the end. Keep taking, keep taking those small steps and keep moving forward, okay? Progress is progress, no matter how small it is. Don't be so hard on yourself if you're not really getting anywhere. If you feel like you're really not getting anywhere because you're not doing anything massive, you're not taking massive steps, you're not, like, there aren't massive changes, okay? It takes time. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with taking things slowly, okay? There isn't. Don't let perfection get in the way of good, okay? I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but someone said that, and they really wanted me to repeat that. That is absolutely not a phrase that I say. Alrighty, and let's see. Let's see what the Oracle wants to add. being really, really picky about the card they want to get, I guess. Ooh. Ooh. We got New Moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. So, something I like to point out about this card sometimes is that this card is usually contextualized in, like, framed in the context of, you know, love. But this isn't just about one specific type of love, okay? It's about all types of love. That includes love for yourself. Okay? Okay. New Moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. Give and take could well be the answer to whatever dilemma you're asking about. Compromise may be called for. It's time to start negotiating or even renegotiating. When the new moon in Libra comes up, there's a restart for you and for someone else. A new relationship could be beginning, and if that's the case, the chances are this will be a healthy and well-balanced connection. And anything you do after pulling this card, doing it in pairs is advised, such as teaming up with someone in business or in your personal life. Libra is the sign of relating, and this card suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone who will be open to talking things through. Avoid being selfish, it won't get you anywhere at this time. The Attune to the Moon section here says, reach out to someone and let them know you care. Ooh, I really like this. One of the additional meanings for this card is feel more, think less. You can't rationalize emotions, so stop fucking trying to, okay? You can't. Stop trying to make sense of these heavy things that you're carrying, okay? Especially if you deal with, you know, like, mental illness, like various forms of mental illness, like depression or anxiety. They will lie to you, okay? They will lie to you. And with things like anxiety and depression, there's a lot of irrational shit that's gonna come up that you just shouldn't try to make sense of, because, yeah. It's irrational. You can't rationalize it. And also, I'm going to read the teaching section of this card as well. Libra is the sign of love and harmony, negotiation, and relationships. It is harmonious, kind, and luxurious, and always aiming for balance. So when we have at the new moon in Libra, or at any time you draw this card, there's a restart possible for anything and everything connected to partnerships, negotiations, appearances, and justice. Remember that Libra is depicted by a set of scales. This energy wants to bring things back to equilibrium. Yes, Libra is all about balance, okay? And isn't I'm not like super well versed in astrology, But I think the association with love comes from the fact that the planetary ruler for Libra is Venus, if I remember correctly. It's not something I myself delve too deeply in. But if I remember correctly, Libra is, or Venus is the planetary ruler for Libra. So, Venus is all about love and nurturing, and pampering, and especially in the context of yourself. Okay? Alright, let's see. Thank you. I thought so. Let's see what the Eventide Affirmations deck wants to add. My goodness. Ooh. Okay. I am dedicated to speaking up for myself. I forgive myself for the times I didn't know any better. And every day I find moments where I can cultivate self-acceptance. Going very, very in line with that card. Balance out taking care of yourself with, as essentially you progress along this journey, okay? Dealing with this heaviness and this mental funk and potentially depressive funk here with the Sun reversed card and the Five of Swords. That can be very draining, and it's important in those moments to actually take care of yourself, okay? And try not to push yourself too hard. That's again why that Knight of Wands, or not Knight of Wands, Knight of Coins. My fucking goodness. That's why that Knight of Coins is essentially coming with a message to take small steps, okay? It doesn't have to be massive. You can take small steps. Yeah. The cards here are the Sun reversed, Five of Swords, featuring a certain Mr. Sass, and the Knight of Coins. Well, and of course the Sun card is Mr. Sun God there, so, you know. So, I hope that message helped for anyone who needed to hear it. And that one was certainly a bit of a call out for me. Especially since someone decided to ask me a little, so. Okay. I think we're just gonna go ahead and get into the cued readings, honestly. So, let's go ahead and get on with that, shall we? Alright, queue's open. There we go, now it's open. Took a second there to register. Bot must be busy. Or something. I've noticed that sometimes it just lags randomly. Sure. Okay. It's your turn then, Bree. Thank you. Let me pull out the Thera-pets deck. Aw. I was about to say you better pull one for yourself, or redeem one for yourself, rather. Thank you for redeeming those. Okay. Let me take a drink of my tea. Oh, of course we have an ad break. Perfect time to take a drink of tea. I have some lavender, chamomile, and mint tea. It's quite delicious. Okay. I haven't had a Sprite in a long time. I think the last time I had Sprite was when, back before, McDonald's, the local McDonald's here got rid of, like, their, they had a machine, like a fountain soda machine, that it was like one of the Coke machines that essentially like allowed you to mix like certain flavors, like different sodas together and stuff. They had one that was like berry splash. Thank you, that's the name. Freestyle. Yes, yes, the Coke freestyle machines. Yes. They had like one like berry splash one or whatever the fuck. It had like berry flavoring in it too. That one was pretty solid. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, we used to have one of those. But I don't know. I guess I got rid of it. Because it's not, like, available. If they do have it, it's just not available on the delivery menu anymore. For whatever reason. Through DoorDash. But, yeah. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that berry Sprite was honestly pretty good, and I actually kind of miss it. I don't mind a soda every now and then. I try not to buy too much of it. Because, I mean, here in the US, we pack like so many things full of high fructose corn syrup. And that shit's absolutely fucking terrible for you. Like, it just, the fucking corn industry with their fucking propaganda about like fucking, I don't know if any of you remember like the commercials that like some like fucking National Corn Association or something here in the US used to like fucking air about like how fucking high fructose corn syrup and corn syrup was safe. And they used like that tagline in the fucking like commercials. This was probably back in like the early 2000s, I want to say. There's like always that tagline of like it's just corn, so therefore it's safe. And it's just like, no. Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. That there are also people who also just say sugar is sugar, and no the fuck it isn't. No the fuck it isn't. High fructose corn syrup is like just so fucking awful for you, which is the reason why so many fucking countries other than us have it fucking banned. But anyway, I tend to if I get sodas, I tend to either go for ones that actually use like cane sugar, or ones that have like I don't like zero sugar ones either. So I just tend to go for ones that use cane sugar. Because those don't use corn syrup typically. So well, actually that's usually its like defining characteristic is that it actually doesn't use high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup in any capacity. But yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's all good. I get that. I get that. Plus, you know, like I completely understand that there's, you know, like such a thing as, you know, like safe foods and just like comfort foods and stuff. For, you know, like I know this because like my niece has autism, so I'm aware of like some of the things that are associated with that and like other forms of neurodivergency and like just certain like mental illnesses and stuff. And also like just personal preference. Like but yeah. Exactly. Like, there's usually, like, there are certain digestive issues too that just kind of, like IBS and, like, other things that just kind of... There are certain things that you can't, like... There's safe foods. There's, like, such a thing as, like, safe foods for, like, people with certain, like, conditions. So... And sometimes they don't always make fucking sense. Like, logical sense, you know? Like, yeah, like, sometimes it's, like, really fucking weird. And, like, the strangest things just, you know, will just kind of give you, like, tummy problems. So, yeah, I get that. I get that. I, highly suspect I have IBS, and sometimes the weirdest things cause stomach problems and stomach pain. So, I get that. I fully understand that. So, yeah, no, I'm not, like, I understand that, and I'm not at all, like, trying to shame anyone for what they enjoy or do. Because, you know, it's your choice anyway, so. Even if there are, you know, even if there aren't necessarily, like, any, conditions that like prevent you from like eating certain things, like it's still personal preference and whatever. But like I try not to drink much soda because like corn syrup. So yeah, it's just it's infuriating sometimes how fucking, like, frequently used high fructose corn syrup and just corn syrup are used in, like, so many fucking things. Like, there's a reason it's banned in, like, so many other countries. But, nope. FDA is just like, nah. You're good. You'll be fine. So, I don't drink soda too much, so, like... And, like, Sprite is one that I especially don't drink very often, just because, like... I've never really too much liked, like, lemon lime sodas and stuff. They're just not my thing. If I'm gonna get a soda that's similar to that, I prefer ginger ale, actually. Yeah. Yep. That's also why, though, I mean... That's part of the reason why, like, legally, makeup companies can't call certain types of, like, can't call, like, an eyeshadow that has certain types of pigments in it in eyeshadow. because they're technically not eye safe. And legally they have to call it like a pressed pigment. They can't call it an eyeshadow for that reason. And they always have to use the disclaimer that it's technically not eye safe. So you totally shouldn't put it around your eyes, but we're including it in this eyeshadow palette. Just use at your own risk. Yeah, like, isn't it carrageenan or something? The stuff that comes from, like, beetles? Like a certain type of beetle that's red. Yeah. Yeah, that's legally why they have to say that it's not, they legally can't call it an eyeshadow, they have to call it a pressed pigment. And they can't include the word eye in it anywhere either. So, because it's not eye safe, so they have to give the disclaimer that it's something that technically isn't eye safe, so if you're going to use it around your eyes, use at your own risk. And the only reason that those pigments aren't considered eye safe is usually due to staining, because it'll leave stains on your skin. That's most common in colors that have some form of red pigment. So red pigment, like red colors and purple colors are very, very common among the ones that they have to call pressed pigments, because they'll stain your, there's a chance they'll stain your eyelids. Yeah. Yeah. It's not skin safe. Mm-hmm. That's exactly why. It stains, so. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyway. But yeah. Whoops. I'm sorry, Egg. I hope it comes off soon. But yeah, so I don't drink much soda, and I tend not to drink very many like lemon lime flavored sodas, because they're not really my preference. But one of like the ones that I did like was like a Sprite that was like exclusive for a while to like McDonald's, which was like some Sprite that had like berry in it as well, like berry flavoring in it. That one was pretty good. Like, that's part of the reason why if I go for like light sodas like that, I typically like ones that are like I typically like ginger ale, because there are like so many types of like ginger ale that have like additional flavorings in them. And without overpowering like the base flavor either, which can sometimes be a problem. So like even though I know Canada Dry isn't like real ginger ale, I like their flavored ones, like the cranberry one that they usually release around winter, and the strawberry one. And they recently released like a cherry one that I haven't tried yet because soda is expensive, which is also another reason why I tend not to like really get soda, because soda's so expensive. So, yeah. I typically drink, like, my two things are usually, water and tea. So, I have a massive tea collection. So, I drink a lot of tea. So, I get that egg. I drink a lot of tea. So, I tried my best to balance that out with like a lot of water though. But yeah. Oh boy, just had a nasty frame drop there, it looked like. My internet's being a little derpy today. But anyway. Probably go ahead and get into the readings, yeah? Also, that's good egg. At least. So, are you ready, Bree? Oof. Okay. Okay. What does Bree need to release? Well, that was just immediate. Oh, goodness. Well. First. Okay. Hi, Kels. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Yep. So, we have two cards here for your first answer. We have the Nine of Wands. And the Star reversed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And the second question was, Where can I grow more? Okay. Let's see. Where can I grow more? Oh boy. We have two for this as well. We have the Five of Wands and Three of Cups reversed. So essentially what needs to be released here is just kind of essentially what this is just kind of telling me is that there's a certain level of resistance here, okay? Particularly coming from the Star reversed. There's just kind of like this vibe of just kind of trying to hold on a little too tightly to things. Perhaps hanging on a little bit too tightly to the way that things used to be. And essentially just kind of like avoidance in a sense. Avoiding like truly confronting the things that are coming up for you and the things that you're trying to process and work through. You might be pushing things away. Just kind of trying to tell yourself that you can't do it right now. That it's just like not something that you have in you right now. I'm familiar with that feeling, yeah. I constantly tell myself that I don't have what it takes. All the time. And that I can't do this. That I don't know how to make it through. I don't know what to be doing, what I should be doing, how to navigate it, how to get rid of it, how to actually process things without just shoving it away, because that's not exactly a skill set that I learned. Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Essentially just try to let things exist, okay? Sometimes that processing doesn't just have to happen. That processing doesn't necessarily have to happen on a conscious level, okay? Just let those feelings exist without trying to push them away and without trying to categorize them or make sense of them, okay? The important thing is to just let them be present and to just be present with them. You don't have to identify with the things that you're thinking to yourself, or that nasty inner critic, or whatever it may be, okay? That doesn't mean that you actually have to consciously, process things. That's not exactly how processing works, really. Because we can't force it either. But we don't want to shove it away either, okay? And we try to shove it away very frequently because we think that we have to be doing something. But that there's something special that we're missing that we need to be doing to actually properly process things. But that's not how it works either. It's important to just kind of let those feelings exist without identifying with them necessarily, without giving into them, and especially not by giving into that inner critic that's just trying to tell us that, oh, I'm a bad person, oh, this is my fault. Maybe I actually am just a terrible person, and maybe I'm just trying to lie to myself and say that, maybe I'm just lying to myself by thinking that I am a good person, that I actually do have good qualities, that people actually fucking care about me. What if I'm lying to myself about that and not the other way around? What if those positive things that I'm telling myself are actually a lie? And what if those negative things are actually true? What if everyone in my life has actually been completely right about me? You especially don't want to listen to that bitch, okay? That harsh inner critic is a liar. That's just the anxiety, the depression, and all of those fears talking to you, okay? I fucking love that username. That is fucking hilarious. Hello. But yes. That harsh inner critic is a liar, okay? That's just the anxiety and depression and all those fears. And the culmination of all those aspects of your shadow. Trying to get you to pay attention to it. So that you give in to those thoughts. Okay? It's also something I have experience with, and my own inner critic is quite nasty and says a lot of horrible things about myself, and also tries to, like, paint me to just be, like, completely horrible. Like, if you ever find yourself internally being particularly judgmental of people, and you think that that makes you a terrible person, because why would you think that? Don't listen to that either. There's a difference between thinking those things and saying those things. Okay? There is. Your initial response internally is the one that you were conditioned to have, based on your upbringing and societal expectations. The way that you react after that is actually who you truly are, and what actually really defines you. Do you vocalize that? Is that something you actually truly believe? No? Then you're not a shitty person. That's also where I kind of divulge from the traditional beliefs around, like, spirituality and witchcraft. Because many people will tell you that those negative thoughts have energy. That's just Christianity in a fucking disguise. As someone who is baptized Catholic. There's a difference between actually, you know, there's a difference between just thinking those things and actually intentionally acting upon those things in some way, okay? There is. If you're a baptized Catholic, you're familiar with this concept. If you're familiar with Christianity in any capacity, but it's especially horrible with Catholics for a reason, you're familiar with this concept. Because they'll essentially, as kids, try to hammer it into your head that there's just someone, you know, usually, again, in the context of Catholicism and Christianity, that God is watching everything you do and knows all your thoughts, and he's going to judge you based upon that. No, the fuck he isn't. Literally no one is going to. No one. Okay. Outside of the context of Christianity and just religion in general, you kind of see it painted as, like, I'm fucked if, like, people are actually, like, if there's secretly someone, like, they're, like, secretly mind readers actually exist and people can actually hear my thoughts. If there's anyone out there that can actually read my thoughts, they're going to think I'm a horrible person. That's kind of how it manifests outside of religion. Exactly. You can't judge someone based on, like, the thoughts they have. Okay? You cannot. Thoughts literally don't mean jack shit. Precisely. And inaction as well. Action and inaction are what you judge on. And I mean inaction in very, very specific contexts. Like, have you actually vocalized any of those terrible things that you thought? No? You're good. Like, everyone has an initial reaction to quite literally everything and everyone. Okay? As long as you're not actually internalizing those beliefs and then forming prejudices based on those, you're fine. Yeah. Like, going back to that, like, initial, like, point, like, essentially, like, the part about, like, worrying that, like, the whole thing with, you know, like, Christianity and, like, religion in general, like, telling you that you're going to be judged for your thoughts and stuff, and out of the context of religion, that, like, secret fear that, like, a lot of people have. About, like, what if there is someone who can actually hear my thoughts? They're going to judge me as a terrible person. Fuck. Like, those initial reactions and those initial thoughts to things, again, aren't a good judgment of things, okay? And they're not. That doesn't mean, like, you're a horrible person. Everyone secretly has moments like that, okay? And if you deal with, you know, like, certain forms of mental illness, or if you have anxiety and shit, you're also probably going to, and especially, like, forms of like neurodivergency as well. There's this thing that's known as intrusive thoughts. They're called intrusive thoughts for a reason. They're usually completely irrational, not based in any fact, not based in reality, and they cause lots of distress. And that's something I'm familiar with. That's actually a huge struggle of mine, is dealing with those intrusive thoughts and worrying that that makes me like really fucked up. But that's currently something that I'm trying to like work through myself and tell myself. I try to tell myself, you know, that it's okay, it doesn't mean anything. I don't have to listen to them. And I know that's not actually how I feel. So, you can shut the fuck up. Thank you. Like, even with like spirit guides and stuff, because Set is very connected to me. We're very close, and he can he kind of knows everything that's going on with me. He has just complete access to thoughts. That was initially like something that terrified me. Because I was worried that he was going to judge me, or that like any of my guides would judge me. Some of the shit that goes through my head sometimes. And it's very much not the case. And that connection very much goes both ways sometimes. I kind of catch snippets of his own inner monologue. Yeah. I don't judge him for any of the things that I hear either, so. I just kind of hear his own inner critic sometimes. And, he's not always very kind to himself. But yeah, those thoughts are normal. The important thing is that you're not actually acting on them. You're not letting it affect the way that you treat those people that you might make, you know, sudden, like, judgments of. Those thoughts are normal and everyone has them. Initial response and initial thought doesn't mean anything. Do you actually believe that about them? Like, if you're saying something nasty about someone, is that something that you actually believe? Are you actually treating them any differently? Are you taking action on those thoughts and, you know, vocalizing it? No? That's what makes the difference. Yeah. But yeah, so, just try to give those feelings just space to exist, okay? Don't try to shove them away. Okay? Continue processing things. And letting go of those things that you've been holding on to, okay? Because I know you've already been doing those things. This is just essentially a reminder that you're doing great. Continue doing what you're doing in that regard. But also make sure that you're actually allowing those feelings to exist. Okay? And as far as the second question, about what you can do to grow more. The message here is don't compare yourself to others. Stop comparing yourself to others, okay? You might find yourself, comparing yourself to others and wishing you had something they did. Wishing you had qualities they did. But, as I very frequently like to say, in most cases, those good qualities that you admire, that you see in others that you admire, particularly, you usually contain them yourself, okay? And all you would have to do is just nurture those things in yourself and allow those things the space to exist, okay? So, don't compare yourself to others, and particularly don't worry about fitting in somewhere, okay? Like, I definitely get the sense with the combination of the Five of Wands and the Three of Cups reversed. The Three of Cups, the Three of Cups reversed is usually about, like, isolation and separation. And also, the Five of Wands is, like I said, about comparison, and about, like, petty arguments and petty bullshit, and just drama. If you're worrying about, like, fitting in and, like, belonging somewhere, especially with, like, the events that recently happened, I feel like that's definitely going along with, you know, this other part of the message here. With the events that recently happened and stuff, one of the things that you might have found yourself telling yourself is that, you know, well, if they didn't like me, like, do I really belong anywhere? Do I really belong here? Do I fit in here? Am I actually welcomed anywhere? Those that actually value you, those that actually value you and the places where you actually belong in will welcome you with open arms, essentially, okay? With places that you truly belong in, you won't have to change parts of yourself to fit in, okay? You won't have to fit some mold that isn't you. Very much go where you're celebrated, not tolerated vibes. Okay? Yeah, so just keep focusing on that, okay? Keep focusing on that. Okay. Let's see, what do we have here? New moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. They're actually... there is an eclipse. Actually. There is a new moon eclipse coming up in October. There's a solar eclipse October something. Those are always new moon eclipses. Solar eclipses are always new moons. Lunar eclipses are always full moons. There's a lunar eclipse in September, and then there's another a solar eclipse in October. So we're just gonna take these ones at face value. But let me go see what the let me go see what the affirmation is, at least. The attuned to the moon section. Attuned to the moon. Never mind the past. Life evolves every single day. Totally don't have all those. I bought them all secondhand through thrift books. Yup. The fucking movies are fucking hilarious. Like, if you don't watch or read the book seriously, they're so fucking hilarious. Especially the movies. Awesome. Okay. Your cards, your Eventide affirmation cards are I can ask for support when I need it, which is very much going in line with these as well, particularly with like the isolation message here, 3 of Cups. It's not something that you have to do alone. Okay, and you won't be alone. You still have people that care for you. Okay. So don't be afraid to rely on them a little bit when you're a little low, okay? And every day I welcome transformation. Very much going in line with that. And you also had a Thera-pets card redeemed for you, so let's see what that wants to say. Okay. Also, let me go ahead and issue a last call for Q. I don't want to be going like too long tonight. I'm doing my best to not like stream like too long. I don't want to push myself like as hard as I was sometimes. I'm doing my best to try to balance that out and not do that. Okay. Aw, it's so cute. You're doing well. Keep going. I hope that message helps. Yeah. And also, like, going along with that whole, like, support system too. Don't forget Spirit's there for you. Okay. Oh, so good. I'm glad. Okay. Are you ready, Adam? Ah. I remember what I was going to say earlier that I forgot about. That, I sometimes have the memory of a fucking gnat. And if I get distracted, that thought just goes... Oof. That whole thing about just, like, why I, like, kind of divulge from, like, that widely accepted traditional, like, belief of, like, spirituality and just, you know, like, witchcraft and such. About, like, the whole thing about, like, negative thoughts have energy. And that whole, like, idea that if you dare think anything bad, that's somehow just going to, like, harm someone else. Like, if it's about, like, someone else, like, specific people. Or, like, that it's just going to, like, manifest something, like, negative or bad for you. And the reason why it's just kind of rehashed, redisguised, like, just fucking Christianity in a fucking mask. It's that whole concept of just expecting purity of thoughts and expecting perfection. And it's just like... No. Absolutely fucking not. There needs to be intent behind it. There absolutely needs to be intent behind it. Because otherwise, that's just expecting purity of thoughts and telling people that they can't ever have a single negative thought in their goddamn fucking life. And I don't fucking vibe with that. I have a problem with that sort of fucking belief system. Because again, that's just rehashed, redisguised, fucking Christianity in a mask. Because it's essentially in another fucking form telling people that it's something bad. In religion, it's saying that, you know, there's some being that can see everything that you do, even in your most private moments, and hear every single thought that you have, and that you're going to be judged for those things. In traditional beliefs around, like, spirituality and in witchcraft, it's saying that no, that's bad energy. That's negative energy. That's going to harm other people. That's going to manifest bad things for you. No, don't do that. That's a no-no. We don't do that here. And it's just like, go fuck yourself. How about that? That's one I won't be afraid to fucking tell you. I don't know who the fuck is laughing. Yeah. Probably by the other thought that followed that up that I didn't vocalize. Which was just, how's that for bad energy, bitch? uh... But yeah. Anyway, into your reading, Adam. Okay. What does Adam need to read? Not you, too. I was just talking about this earlier. Because before stream, I was working on, like, posting the, monthly shadow work reading for coffee tier 2 members. You got the tower. So, yeah. Let's see. What can Adam do to grow more? Okay. They were definitely on it, man. Reversed. Predator. That's sideways. Predator reversed. Okay. Okay, we have here the Ace of Cups reversed and the King of Cups. So, you already kind of heard a little bit about, like, the tower earlier, because I was talking about it. Just kind of how outside on the surface, you might be trying to, like, pretend that, like, everything is fine. Meanwhile, internally, you're doing your damnedest to hold off a breakdown and just hiding true feelings, okay? So, what needs to be released is this just need to hold things together and to just keep things inside, trying to prevent those cracks from showing, from those feelings from slipping through, okay? You don't want to avoid this. There's definitely that vibe of avoidance here. Do not avoid this. It's not something you can avoid, and it's only going to get worse the more you just kind of let it fester. Okay? Like I told Bree earlier, you just kind of need to let things exist. Sit with those feelings, let them exist. That doesn't mean you have to identify with them or put too much attention into them, okay? Just let them be. Okay? Just let them be. Because ultimately the energy of the tower is one of just massive change, okay? And how you can grow more. Essentially, saying that you need to essentially you may fear this change, and it may be something that you're trying to just avoid and try to, you know, like, walk away from and create some distance from. But unfortunately, this is something that you need to stick with, okay? You need to stick with this. So, keep trying your best to be present with it. Don't try to push it away. Let go of the things that need to be let go of. essentially try to be more mindful about things, okay? Express those emotions, express those feelings in their truth. Don't try to hide things, don't try to sugarcoat it. Don't get too in your head about things, okay? Feel what you're feeling. King of Cups energy is all about that balance between emotions and that more rational side of things, okay? You can do both. Both can exist at the same time. That's kind of where that mindfulness energy is kind of coming in here. Okay? Very much so. A personal, or a full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches conclusion. And full moon, surrender to the divine. Spirit's just like, hey bitch. Where the fuck have you been? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we're going to read the Attuned to the Moon section, because I'm just taking these at face value. So, Attuned to the Moon section. It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Very much getting the vibe that it's not always linear. Healing is not always linear. And where's full moon? Attuned to the moon. I am getting the answers I need. If you make the effort to actually connect with and rely on spirit some more. I definitely know someone was smirking. Okay. Anyway, let's see what the Eventide Affirmations deck wants to add. Also, would you go ahead and close the queue for me, please? I forgot to. I just realized it's like 7 already, so... Thank you. Okay. Your card is Uh-oh. Why does that fit so well? I am unafraid of the fire within. So don't be afraid to go internally and find it. And then you also redeem the Thera-pets. Oh. I just saw one of the cards. Look at everything you have survived so far. You weren't defeated then, you won't be defeated now. Everything is scary and you may feel vulnerable, but that doesn't mean anything is going to go wrong. Anxious feelings aren't usually indicative of reality. So, that fear of failure, that fear of being vulnerable. Don't give in to those. It's okay to struggle. You are doing better than you feel like you are. Thank you for softening the blow there a little. That's your taste of a shadow work reading there. Now you know what you're in for. You'll have to let me know when you actually want to do that, since we didn't end up doing it when you were off for a couple days. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope that message helped. Sorry, it was a bit, brutally honest there. They, yeah. Little sassy. Question is which one of them is being the, sassy little shit. Okay. It's your turn, Egg. Hello. Okay, are you ready? Okay. What does egg need to release? It's all good, egg. Do what you gotta. It's all good. Okay. Yep. We have the star and the King of Swords reversed. Okay. And what can egg do? Oh.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
First. Yeah, of course that just fell on the floor. Out there. Operator first. Okay. Yep. Okay. That one wants to be upright. The other card was the Magician. I need to go fetch it though. One moment. That's the wrong screen. One moment. Hey, we're back. There we go. Oh, so thank you for the card redeem for Kelsey. So, definitely just kind of, there's definitely kind of a fear of vulnerability here. That's particularly coming from the King of Swords reversed. It's definitely giving kind of like fear of vulnerability. Just fear of being open with others. Fear of just being noticed. Just kind of fear of putting yourself out there in some regard. Okay? And I have a feeling this is this is just, you know, with a certain someone. So so this is due to just kind of trauma. Okay, trauma from the past that in some capacity you might still be carrying with you. Okay, you might be expecting like the same sort of behavior that you got in the past. Yeah. I like that. So just don't let those fears of the past get in your way, okay? You know, I would hope you'd know that he's not going to treat you the same way, okay? Open yourself up to this love. Open yourself up to this healing that he's trying to offer, okay? But again, we kind of talked about this a little before. I know that feeling, okay? I do. I still doubt it all the time. I still struggle with trusting. Okay? And definitely trust issues also coming from that King of Swords reversed, okay? Yeah. Okay. Like I said before, you're not doing anything wrong, okay? There's nothing wrong with it. You know, I'm in a similar situation, and you know how I feel. How I feel about that. So. I understand that, yeah. And how you can grow more is essentially by learning to trust in yourself and believe in yourself, and learning how to be more confident and brave in going after the things you want, okay? Whatever your heart desires. Is something I just heard. Okay. Okay. We have full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. And new moon in Gemini. Communication is key. Very much going in line with that vulnerability and stuff. Okay? And being open. So. Let's see. We got... Be attuned to the moon section for full moon in Capricorn is release control and trust the universe. Well. Okay. And new moon in Gemini is... Write a list of all the people you love most and see if you're prioritizing them. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh. I don't know. think I heard some sass. Or something, but I couldn't quite make it out. Oh, you're probably gonna threaten to kick him again. I'm safe to do my heart's work in the world. Someone is definitely laughing. Uh. And... Aw. I still love that name for a cat. Like, she's absolutely adorable. She's absolutely adorable. Okay. Being really picky about the Thera-pets. Okay. We finally got one. Let's see. Is it gonna make you want to kick him again? Probably. You are important. You matter. Yup. Isn't that the color of your cat? Oh yeah! Aww! Oh. Well, I'm sure she thinks the same thing. So. Oh boy, okay. Okay. When things feel hard, I am gentle with myself. I prioritize self-care and nourishment. I hope that message helps. Okay. I needed to take a drink of water there. Haven't taken a drink in a bit. I got very thirsty there. I can probably open it for one more if you want to join, yeah. That's all good. I'm doing pretty alright. For now, so. But thank you. Of course. Okay. Oof. Darn hiccups. Okay. Are you ready, Kells? So thank you for the card redemption. Alrighty. What does Kells need to release? Also, hello, Barath. Okay. And we have a couple of cards. Okay. We have the King of Swords, the High Priestess reversed, and Six of Cups reversed. Okay. And how can Allan grow more? Wow. Right, reversed. They had words. They really had words. Okay. The Star reversed. The Eight of Cups. And Five of Cups reversed. Okay. What needs to be released? Immediately, I just kind of got this vibe about... You've kind of already set up in your mind how the future is going to go for you. Okay? You've told yourself that it can only go one way, and that's horribly. That things will never go your way, that things will never change. They'll always stay the same, things will never get better. You're letting these anxieties, these fears, and these worries take the reins and spin the narrative. Okay? And it's time to essentially it's time to release that, okay? Okay. Essentially, just remember that there's always room for change. And remember that even if things in the past didn't go quite the way that you expected or quite the way that you wanted, that doesn't always mean things will be the same moving forward, okay? There's always room for change, there's always room for possibility. And that message came through very, very strongly. Like the entirety of that. Okay, so then we have for how you can grow more, for what you can do to grow more. Is essentially, again, there might be this kind of like avoidance here, with just processing your grief. And again, I think this is kind of tied to the whole aspect of what needs to be released, because you're essentially like telling yourselves that like things can only go one way. This has just kind of led to a sense of hopelessness, okay? It's essentially time to let go of this sense of hopelessness. And I know that's easier said than done. But, try not to give in to those thoughts too much and give too much stock to those anxieties and those fears that are just overwhelming, okay? Just try to put some distance between those thoughts and those feelings of hopelessness. Again, let them exist. Don't try to push them away, okay? Let them exist. You don't have to identify with them. You don't have to really necessarily be doing anything with them, okay? Just let them exist. Don't push them away is the important part. Just let them exist. And we have an ad break. Okay. The ad break should be over. But yes. Just let those feelings exist. Don't try to shove them away. Welcome back. Just let those feelings exist. Don't try to shove them away. And you don't necessarily have to, like I said, identify with them. Just let them exist, let them be, and try to exist alongside them, okay? And continue releasing this grief that you've been carrying, okay? Continue releasing it. Continue letting that processing occur by letting those feelings exist. And just let the healing continue, okay? And let's see what the Oracle deck wants to add. Sorry, my queue's closed for the night. Okay. Oh, it's no problem. Don't worry about it. And then we have full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. And cardinal moon, be bold and make the first move. very much going in line with what I said about, again, very fitting. Don't let those anxieties, fears, and just worries lie to you, okay? And just very much try to be courageous and essentially just try to be courageous and just persist. That's the word I'm looking for. Persist despite those fears, okay? And I just take these oracle cards at face value, but I will read the Attuned to the Moon section for these, because it usually includes like a little affirmation of some sort. So, oh boy. Attuned to the Moon section for full moon in Libra. Let go of that which is falling away. Very much. And Cardinal Moon, Attuned to the Moon section. I am taking charge of my destiny. Oh, sorry, I'm not doing choose your own decks tonight, but if you'd like to see what decks I do have available, those are most of the decks that I do have. I love that deck. It's Major Arcana only, but it's like perfect for when you just want some light-hearted, cute vibes. It's absolutely adorable. Yeah, it's available on Etsy. The link should be included in that page, I think. No, you're all good. Don't worry about it. Every day I find moments where I can cultivate self-acceptance. In this moment, I honor myself for all of the beautiful work I have done. This card's like really hard to read because of the pattern on it, but that's the one thing that I don't quite like about this little affirmations deck. But sometimes, on camera at least, some of the cards are hard to read. And I trust that there are unseen forces collaborating with me to create the life I want. And then you also had Thera-pets card redeemed. Yeah. Okay. I love this card. No one else knows what they're doing either. It's all going to turn out fine. It's true though. Like I've said plenty of times before, like pretty much every time this card or like a similar message comes up. Do you think I know what the fuck I'm doing? No. No. Like, dude, I am like so lost. Okay. I just kinda do my best to just go with the flow and take things as they come. It looks like I have my shit together. I promise you I don't. Very much so. Goodness. Anyway, I hope that reading helped. I'm sorry they were so loud. They were kind of loud with me too, if you couldn't tell. I love these. I will always recommend these. They're just like so cute. Oh, I'm doing special readings tonight. And I typically don't take questions. The questions I'm doing essentially kind of like shadow work readings tonight. I'm asking what needs to be released and what you can do to grow more. Yeah. Focusing both on the current energy of the current phase of the moon, which is waning crescent. So that's typically one of the better times to do shadow work. And then the new moon is all about like planting seeds and like manifestation and just like new beginnings and growth and such. So since we're in the middle of that sort of energy, because the new moon is in a couple days, I'm just doing readings focusing on both sides. So yeah, shadow work and light work is where I specialize. So but yeah, just to show you the sort of like vibes, I'm just gonna like divide the deck and show you just like a couple of the cards for the Thera-pets. Like, look at this one. Look at this one. It's so fucking adorable. Let's see. It's so fucking adorable. Just to kind of give you an idea for the sort of energy of these cards. I love these for just like uplifting. A deck like this is perfect to go alongside with shadow work, because shadow work should always be balanced out with light work, which is the more positive, uplifting side of things, because shadow work can get quite deep and quite heavy. So, if you need some positive, uplifting vibes, Thera-pets decks, or Thera-pets deck is wonderful. Totally! I actually know of like a licensed therapist who actually uses this deck with some of their clients. They had them like go through the deck and just kind of pick one out. Or like pick a few out for like the sort of vibe that they like needed. Or that was, you know, like occurring for them. So, yeah. Heck yeah. That's why on my Discord I have an entire channel dedicated to sharing your pictures of your cute, cuddly pets. Because little warm fuzz balls help give you the warm fuzzies. Of course, Kels. I hope the reading... I hope the message helped. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Getting some fucking frame drops. Internet, could you like not be ass, please? We're almost done. Fuck's sake. Alrighty. What does shoot for the sun need to let go of? Reversed. Reversed. Okay. Needs to be reversed. Okay. Let's see. We have the 10 of coins reversed. Okay. And the Knight of Wands here. There's definitely like a vibe of just instability of some sort. By any chance, are you dealing with trauma due to a difficult family? Yeah. Because that's the vibe I'm getting. Well, this one's mostly about trauma with difficult trauma regarding like, I say difficult because I don't want to necessarily use the word dysfunctional, but yeah. Yeah. Because I was trying to word it nicely. So I said difficult. But I have a feeling dysfunctional might be the correct term to use there. Because that's definitely the vibe. It's just troubled past with family, troubled childhood, and essentially, yeah. Oh, you're all good. You're all good. Don't worry about it. I fucking understand that. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes that humor actually kind of helps. I know, like, there are a lot of people that will tell you it's just deflection, but it doesn't have to be, okay? Sometimes that's legitimately useful in processing things. It's just important that the processing goes a little bit deeper than that. But yeah, I've heard of EMDR therapy before. I'm glad you're able to get some therapy for that. That you're able to have that that support in helping to process things. Okay. So, essentially, the vibe here is that, like, you're kind of already doing what you need to be doing, okay? You're already working on processing and letting go of this trauma from having a troubled past, with a dysfunctional family and just in regards with others, okay? You're already bravely confronting this in the ways that you can by going to therapy, and you're you did mention you're doing your own shadow work, so you're already doing well, okay? So this is essentially just affirmation to keep doing what you're doing, okay? Just keep doing what you're doing. And how can you grow more? Oh yeah, healing journey is usually quite a long one, and I speak from experience on that one because I also had a very dysfunctional family. Dysfunctional is an understatement. Yep. Yeah, they're very much just, yeah. We have strength, 2 of swords reversed, and the chariot. Very much all about that inner strength, that courage, holding on and seeing things through, confronting those inner fears and that just inner world and inner trauma, and just taking charge of your life, okay? Is very much the vibe, okay? So, again, not really telling you anything that you probably haven't already heard, but this is essentially just confirmation that you're doing what you need to be doing, okay? So, keep moving on with that, okay? Keep bravely confronting these things, and confronting yourself. And remember, you got this shit, okay? You got this shit. Yeah, exactly. It takes time. It takes time. But you'll get there. And trust that even if you don't always necessarily see the results and the progress, just trust that that progress is there, okay? Even if you can't see it. Small progress is still progress, okay? Progress is progress. Matter the size steps you're taking. Wow. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. That's not what I went wow about, though. What did I just say about the current phase of the moon and what's like a good thing to do during this time? Shadow work. What question did we ask? Waning moon. What do you need to release? If that's not the most on the nose thing, I don't know what is. Exactly. Exactly. Just keep reminding yourself that this is for your best. It may not seem like you may not see the progress you're making, so you might like get it in your head that it's not working or that you're not getting anywhere. But like I've said earlier with others, and like I say all the time, like it's important not to give into those fears, okay? Because those fears lie. Okay, we have an ad break. I'm gonna go ahead and see what the Eventide Affirmations deck wants to add. Okay. See what we have here. Oh, wow. Okay. We have 4 cards for you. These are also very in line. I can love and accept all parts of myself. Which is quite literally the point of shadow work. Going along with that, every day I find moments where I can cultivate self-acceptance. I focus on building a world free of oppression. That includes... Sometimes that just includes removing those oppressive, heavy sources from your own life, okay? And I can trust things will unfold the way they should. Oh, for the I focus on building a world free of oppression. Sometimes that just means focusing on removing those oppressive, heavy, restrictive forces from your own life. So. And then yes, the last card was I can trust things will unfold the way they should. Yeah. Okay. And you also had a Thera-pets card redeemed for you, so let's see what that one has to say. Oof. Those two literally just shot out. Also, what did I say about those anxieties and fears lying? This was one of the ones that just popped, like, fucking flew out. Anxiety lies, there is no doom incoming, and you're managing everything just fine. Again, what did I say about anxieties and fears lying to you? Because they do. And I also mentioned that progress is progress. Your speed doesn't matter, forward is forward. Yeah. And heck yes. Heck yes. It's okay, though, to have moments of struggle. That doesn't mean that you're, like, undoing any of your progress, okay? It's okay. We're all gonna struggle every once in a while. It's okay. And you are a whole person. You are complete. Which is true. A lot of people who are carrying a fuck ton of trauma like to think that they're broken. You're not broken. Of course. Something just kind of told me to, so. So, I hope that message helped. Exactly. Absolutely. You are indeed more than just trauma in a trench coat. I love that. Good, I'm glad. All right. That's what I try to do. That's what I try to do. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, and now it's time for our closing message. So let's see what they got for us. Aw, thank you, Egg. Alright. What message would you like to close us out with tonight? Sorry, Egg. Ah. I see why he said buckle the fuck up. We got the Queen of Coins. The Four of Swords. And the Two of Cups. Closing message. Slow down. Take a break. Take some time for yourself. Take time to care for and nurture yourself, okay? And don't be afraid of opening yourself up to being loved, okay? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to let those that are close to you, those that care for you, show that they care for you and express that care and love for you, okay? There's nothing wrong with needing a little help. I'm not certain who just said that, but I definitely heard that. Okay. Let's see what the Oracle deck wants to add. May have been multiple sources, I don't know. Eh. Okay. Yes, thank you. Whoever is sassing us. Waning moon again. What do you need to release? Let go of those things that need to be let go of, okay? And full moon eclipse. Conclusions are in reach. So, very much you can get to where you want to, okay? Let's see. the Attuned to the Moon section. Oh, I just realized, did I read? I don't think, Shoot for the Sun, I don't think I read your, Attuned to the Moon section, which is like, usually like little affirmations. Shoot. What was the first card? Does anyone remember? Because I know the second one was this one. What was the first card? Does anyone remember? Communication is key, wasn't it? It was Newman and Gemini. Right. Write a list. The Attuned to the Moon section for that is write a list of all the people you love most and see if you're prioritizing them. And the Attuned to the Moon section for Waning Moon is it's safe to let go and move on. Okay, and for Full Moon Eclipse, Attuned to the Moon section for this is that which is meant for me will not pass me by. Okay. Love that. And instead of the Eventide affirmations for this, we're actually just gonna go ahead and do Thera-pets, just to close out with an extra little boost of positivity. Also, in response to that, Attuned to the Moon, the affirmation about like write a list of everyone you love and prioritize, and see if you're prioritizing them for that New Moon and Gemini card. That also includes yourself. Are you prioritizing yourself? Oh, I love that. One of the cards that I just got from the Thera-pets deck. It actually kind of matches one of the cards right now. Is this the only one that you're gonna give us? At least give us one more, come on. Thank you. Ooh, I just mentioned this earlier. Alright. This one here matches the moon here quite literally on this card. On the full moon eclipse card. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that shit. It's the same fucking color scheme. You're doing fine. Don't give up. We're gonna put that one right there. And I talked about this card earlier. I mentioned what's on this card earlier. It's okay to struggle. You are doing better than you feel like you are. Alrighty. It's a lovely closing message. I love that. Okay. And with that, it is unfortunately time for me to go. I should probably go get some food. And go take care of myself. But thank you all for stopping by, whether you joined the queue, talked in chat, or just lurked. I appreciate you sharing your time with me. I hope to see you all again soon, but bye for now.